Course 3 is about going the extra mile and what opportunities a great attitude can unlock. When you do more than what you paid for, you will soon get in a realization that you'll get far more than what you're actually doing. And so it's very, very important that you move from being a salary-minded employee to becoming a vision-minded employee. And therefore, you have to move away from looking at what can I get out of this environment versus what can I contribute towards this environment. A lot of optometric practices or optometry employees miss out on what they actually can become and what they can produce within the environment that they're working in. And so the work ethic and the attitude is not at the level at which it can unlock those opportunities for them. A lot of times people feel entitled because they have been working in the practice for a very long time. And because of that, they think that because they've been there for 4 or 5 years or longer, they have added value into the practice. They have done more than what is expected of them. They have been there, not realizing that they were actually average. They were not competent. They were not producing service excellence. Their work ethic and their attitude was not at the level at which the practice required it to be. And perhaps it's not your fault. Perhaps it was the fault of the environment that which you were in. But it's very difficult to negotiate with your employer when you have not done beyond that which is expected of you. And as a practice owner listening into this training, you have to ask yourself the question is that, do I have the vision that is clear? And do I have the right team that is required for that vision to come to pass? And sometimes you as a business owner are the one that is not doing what is necessary to bring your team to the level at which they're supposed to get to, so that they can take your business to the level at which it's supposed to be. Whereas another way to look at it, if you're an employer or employee actually listening into this or watching this video, is that you don't realize that there's no talent that is required for going the extra mile, consistency, going further than what everyone else around you is doing, so that you're putting yourself in a situation whereby you can negotiate better for the remuneration package that you feel that you deserve. And so as the leader of the business, it is imperative that you realize that for your business to succeed, you need the right people on your team who will take your business to the level at which it needs to be. You cannot do everything on your own as a business owner or the optometrist in the practice. And so there are numerous tasks and responsibilities that need other people to come and do. And that can only be done if the right people are functioning at the right place within the optometric practice. And so how do we go about explaining this? It's very, very simple. Have a piece of paper or the notebook that you are using to follow these video trainings, right? And action number 1 is as follows. If you have the wrong person in the wrong place, for example, the dentist lady with no people skills trying to secure an eye appointment, they're going to fail miserably or dismally with regards to that. So the wrong person in the wrong place or doing the activity that they're not trained for, what will be the result? Missed opportunity, loss in sales, regression taking place, demotivated people because they end up doing tasks that they've got absolutely zero interest in. So that's what happens when you've got the wrong person functioning in the wrong place. Number 2, when you have the wrong person in the right place. For example, optometrist who is busy doing filing and cleaning of frames or cleaning in the practice that need to be dispensed. Whatever it is that the optometrist is doing that is not within the framework of their responsibilities, especially if you've got staff members who should be responsible for certain things. So if you've got the wrong person in the right place, because here's the thing, the cleaning, the filing, those are important things that need to be done. But if the wrong person is at the right place, what is then the result? Poor working environment, low self-esteem, frustration, jealousy amongst the staff. That's a potential result that can happen when you've got the wrong person in the right place. Third one, when you've got the right person in the wrong place, the result would be poor work ethic, procrastination, confusion, and of course, poor service delivery. That's going to impact your business greatly. And what is an example of the person who is the right person in the wrong place? Where you have an eyewear consultant doing an after sales service call instead of checking benefits and confirming of appointments. So you could be in a practice whereby the optometrist or the most senior person needs to be the one who's doing after sales service calls versus the eyewear consultant. So it just depends on the situation. Make sure that you've got the right person not being in the wrong place. And the fourth one, when you've got the right person in the right place, what happens? What will the result be? High efficiency levels, momentum kicks in, progression instead of regression, increased commitment levels because the people are functioning in the level at which, or in the area that they're supposed to be functioning in, that they need to be functioning in, that they want to be functioning in. So their commitment levels increase in that regard. Next, when you've got the right people at the right place. Remember, the first one was when you've got the right person at the right place. This one is when you've got the right people at the right place. The result would be increased priority levels, growth opportunities take place, multiplication takes place, enthusiasm, energy levels go up. The way in which people do things, you will notice it because of the attitude that they will have. That's what happens when you've got the right people functioning at the right place. Whereas the previous example was the right person functioning in the right place. So that's basically what you want. You want the right people functioning in the right place. Where the example there would be eyewear consultants selling different management solutions to the consumer and being incentivized for it. Very key. Number 6, when you've got the wrong decision being made at the wrong time, you will have unhappy consumers, broken loyalty. You don't want that. Disaster taking place, dishonesty taking place, because people will want to cover up the mess that they have made. So this is an example whereby you've got an eyewear consultant dealing with a problematic consumer regarding delayed jobs instead of the dispenser, optometrist, or the owner. So it's very, very important that you don't have the wrong decisions being taken at the wrong time. That's what will be the result of it. Number 7, when you've got the right decision but being made at the wrong time. Doing recalls on a Monday. Recalls are important, but why bringing them on a Monday? So that is the right decision, just being executed at the wrong time. You're going to have resistance as a result, failure, limitations, mediocrity taking place because you'll be busy with a lot of important stuff because you're doing them at the wrong time. You don't have the result that you're seeing, and you end up letting go of that activity thinking that it does not produce the required results. It will simply mean that the right decision was being made at the wrong time. Number 8, when you've got the wrong action at the right time, over-promising something that you can't deliver on. Ooh, that is bad. That is so bad. The result, mistake, uncertainty, barriers get to be established, zero sales. Zero sales. It affects the business. Number 9, when you've got the right action at the right time. This is when expectations are being exceeded now by the entire team. The right action at the right time. What will be the result? Prosperity, expansion, excessive financial rewards, success. So I hope that this was just giving an example of, even if you have a small team, is everyone in a position to know and fully understand what their different roles and responsibilities are in the practice. That will ensure that the work ethic and the attitude in the practice is at the level at which it's supposed to be. That's how you go about it. And it's very, very important that you guys are functioning as a team with regards the work ethic, the going the extra mile, the consistency, and you're not in a situation whereby you are complacent, because when you're complacent, you end up seeing things differently from how you are supposed to be seeing them. And so that's basically that. Make sure that the work ethic and the attitude in the team, it's at the level at which it's supposed to be.